The data show that on average, most human traits, complex traits like autism or extroversion or something like that, are about 50% heritable. And so what that means is that a large portion of the degree to which you are that way is going to just be what happened when sperm met egg, and the rest of it is only playing with whatever's left with the environment. Now the problem is that the data also show, and this comes out of Plomin's book, like you mentioned, wonderful book, and lots of his research and others' research, is that that shared environment, the environment where we, in the household, that we have control over and that we can try to move around, doesn't play that much of a role in these things. It's the unshared environment, the random little bits and bobs of things that happen throughout your life that have a big impact on your personality, on a variety of other traits. And so I would say that about half of it is what you're born with, and about half of it is the experiences that you have. Now, if you think about autistic people, people on the spectrum, for example, it makes sense that by virtue of being less sociable and less socially engaged, they're going to be a little bit less open to new experience. They're going to be a little bit less agreeable. They're going to be a little bit less extroverted. That all makes perfect sense because those things are part and parcel of sociality. Now, whether they're part of the genetic complex or part of the environmental one, or probably both, is we don't really know with certainty yet. But that's the kind of work that people are doing. With regard to then how do you turn all this into innovation, given that we're born with so much of that, I would say that on the one hand, I totally agree with you. Trying to get people to go into tech is like trying to get people to eat their broccoli. Some people like it, some people don't, right? And so I could go around and I could set up big broccoli programs and have all the school kids eat their broccoli, but it actually depends on the genetics of your tongue and whether that tastes awful to you or whether it tastes all right, whether it tastes nice. And tech is the same. Do you have those proclivities? Is that your orientation, or do you not? With that said, there's lots of good work about how to get teams to be more innovative once you've got innovative people together. And one of the things that we know is this idea of psychological safety. If you're my team leader and you make me feel really comfortable to disagree with you and say, no, I don't like that idea at all. I like this idea, where we can all brainstorm and bounce ideas around. That's a great environment to get people who are technically gifted, who are innovative types, to bubble forth with more innovation.